Nog and I have a new story to tell you today. It's from a book called The Pilgrim's Progress, and it's about this guy with a big heavy load on his back. It's very heavy. We're going to read about all his adventures. It's going to take a few weeks, so welcome to episode 1. The Man in the Dream. I dreamed that I saw a man with a book in his hand and a great burden on his back, very heavy. I saw him open the book and read it, and as he read, he wept. Oh! Then he cried, "What shall I do to be saved?" This man lived in the city of destruction. He had read in his book that the city was going to be burned. With fire from on heaven. He would die, and his wife and his 4 sons would die too, unless they could find a way to escape. So Christian, that was his name, went home to tell his family. They were very worried, not because they believed what he said was true, but because they thought he'd gone quite mad. Poor Christian. So he packed up his bags and he set off on a journey to find a way out of this. He came to a field. He was still reading his book and carrying his burden. And he saw a man called Evangelist approaching. "Why are you weeping?" he asked Christian. "Sir, this book tells me to run away from the fire that is coming," he said. "And also, I'm afraid this burden on my back will sink me, so I want to get rid of it now." "So why are you just standing here?" said Evangelist. "Because I don't know which way to go." Evangelist pointed across the big field. "Do you see that little wooden gate?" he said. "No," said Christian. "Do you see the light shining?" "I think so," said Christian. "Keep your eyes fixed on that light," said Evangelist, "and go that way. Take the straight path. You will reach the gate. Knock, and someone will tell you what to do next." Oh, exciting. Christian had friends, and they decided to come and try and persuade him not to go. One called Obstinate, the other was called Changeable. "We need to persuade you to come home with us," they said. "You're wasting your time," said Christian, "because you live in the city of destruction. You come with me." "What?" said Obstinate. "Leave behind our home and friends?" "Yes. You see, I'm seeking a never-ending kingdom where we will live forever and ever. Read about it in my book." "Bother your old book. Come back with us," he said. "What if what Christian says is true?" said the other man. His name was Changeable. "But I might go with him." "Do as you please," said Obstinate. "But I won't go a step further with 2 such great idiots." "Whoa, that's rude." "Tell me more," said Changeable to Christian, "about the place we're going to." "They will give us crowns of glory and clothes shining like the sun," said Christian. "That sounds awesome. Anything else?" "There won't be any more crying," said Christian. "The owner of the place will wipe every tear from our eyes." "Wow, I'm glad to hear it. Come on, let's get moving." "I can't walk very fast," said Christian, "because the burden on my back is so heavy." Christian and Changeable came to a big bog. It was called the Slough of Despond. Ooh. And before they knew what was happening, both of them had fallen in. Whoa! They wallowed around in the bog, getting muddier and muddier. Ugh, it's horrible. Because of the burden on his back, Christian began to sink, first knee-deep, then waist-deep, into the disgusting swamp. He got lower. "Christian, where are we?" shouted Changeable. "I've no idea," said Christian. "Help! Is this the reward you promised? If we have such bad luck at the very start, we can't expect before our journey ends to get any better." Changeable scrambled out of the slough on the side nearest his house, and he ran home, all the way home, and he left Christian in the slough. Christian was struggling to reach the other side. It was getting deep. in the bog, but when at last he got there, he couldn't haul himself out because the burden on his back was so heavy. Just then, he heard a man. His name was Help. He came along. "Whatever are you doing in there?" Help said. "Didn't you see the stepping stones?" "Oh no, I must have fallen in before I saw the danger," said Christian. "Here," said Help, "give me your hand," and Help pulled him out and got him back on firm ground. And so Christian continued his way towards the little wooden gate. And we'll hear more about that next week. Bye-bye.